Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Erica with Memory Box Candle Co. and I make videos all about the journey of starting a candle business. And today's video topic is going to be answering the question, you've launched your business, now what? So this is for anybody who is currently in this situation, or if you will be in the near future. You've already gone through the process of getting started with your business. You got all of the pricing down, you got the supplies, your labels, you have everything ready to go. You've either made your own website or you got started on Etsy, and you have launched your business and you're just kind of thinking to yourself, okay, I made it here, but what do I do now? And to be honest, this is a video topic that I have been contemplating for a while now in my head on how to actually answer this question. And the only way that I know how to answer it is essentially this is gonna be a marketing video is pretty much what you do next. I mean, once you have everything together, you already have your organization, you have your inventory system together, you have your bookkeeping together, you understand the taxes, the legal side, all the stuff prior to launching your business, and you are ready to start selling. The number one thing that you do not want to do is launch your website and then wait for sales to come in, or launch your Etsy shop and then just expect Etsy to do the work to bring customers to your Etsy shop. It is not gonna happen. As much as in a previous video I talked about how the market isn't saturated, but there is competition. I think there's a difference between being oversaturated and having a lot of competition. And competition can be both a positive and a negative. Competition means that it's a product that a lot of people want, but you will have to try to get your product in the eyes of people that are interested in purchasing your product. So again, when you've launched your business, please do not just wait around for customers to come and find you or for sales to start rolling in, and don't get discouraged if it doesn't happen. This is the part of your business where you really have to start letting as many people know about your business as possible. So you can do this both on social media and off social media, and we're going to talk about both of those. When it comes to social media marketing, I feel like this is something that is actually a little bit more simple than a lot of people think it is. Even when I think about it, there's so many things that I know that I should be doing and I don't do it because I have this weird thing going on in my head that it has to be perfect before I post it, and it really doesn't. And TikTok is kind of an example of that, because TikTok is a platform that it just allows normal people to post normal, non-production worthy content. And that's something that a lot of us kind of have the privilege of doing in this day and age of starting a business and not having to do just old-fashioned ways of just the most professional marketing possible for your business. It allows people to really get to know the person behind the business instead of just a big corporation with the logo and the name and posting, you know, very bland and professional type content. So I would say, if anything, right now TikTok would probably be where I would suggest to spend the most of your energy. And what's really nice about that is you can recycle the content from TikTok and add it to Instagram for Instagram Reels, and kind of add in Reels as well as really nice photos of your product and your studio and kind of behind the scenes content in between all of the little reels of adding it to your Instagram as well. And of course, trying to utilize hashtags to the best of your ability. I actually have been focusing on specific hashtags that would be related to my local community. That's just how I've started to change my hashtags, because I found that when I just hashtag small business candles, handmade candles, soy candles, all these different things, most people are not looking for that. So I started to go more in the realms of home decor and also just my local community. So the city I live in, the cities close by, maybe some local places nearby, local events nearby, tagging that. And I think that that is going to be bringing in more people locally to see that when that's tagged and they see a business that's local, that kind of catches somebody's attention more of, oh, they're right here in Murrieta, which is where I live, or wherever you live. That's something that kind of catches somebody's attention more than just somebody stumbling upon a hashtag and it's a random handmade business that's, you know, a couple, maybe across the country or something. It doesn't have that instant spark and connection, because I know that when I stumble upon a company online and I see that they're either in my town or the town over, I spend a lot more time looking at that business than I would if it was like a business in like New Jersey or something. Also, something that I wanted to let you know that I see a lot of new small business owners, not just candle makers, just anybody getting started with small business. What I see a lot is people focusing too much on the salesy aspect of posts. So I see a lot of posts that are basically just taking a random photo of your product and then in all capitals saying something like, "This is the best lavender candle ever. Please go on my Etsy shop and purchase only $12, whatever it is, something like that. Please don't do that. That's something that nobody likes to see. Nobody likes to see just somebody, first of all, please don't use all caps of somebody doing that, but it just kind of doesn't look very good from a business owner. Just kind of, it adds too much of a desperation to the post, and I'm just being honest. It really does. It shows a little bit too much of a desperation, and it's better to market in a way that doesn't actually look like marketing. So just posting about the process of making that lavender candle is a better marketing tactic than posting a photo of it and saying, "Please purchase this candle from my Etsy shop." I also highly recommend, and I've mentioned this so many times before in my previous videos, I wish that I would have focused more on building up my brand in my local community. It's so important, and I think it's something that is not something that got lost, but I think that because of the expansion of the internet and the possibilities of the internet and social media, that people kind of bypass the immediate customers that they have in their vicinity. I mean, I have hundreds of thousands of potential customers in my surrounding cities that are around me that I kind of overlooked, because I'm like, well, I could reach millions on the internet, if not tens of millions or whatever it is, billions. I guess there's a lot of people in the world now. But I had that aspect of, if I focus so much on that, that's better. But I actually have been kind of stepping away from more of like the social media marketing and trying more of local, more old school ways of marketing. So things like this, I mean, print out business cards, flyers, take it into local coffee shops, see if you can leave your information there, post up your flyers. You never know what's gonna happen. I feel like when I thought about this in the past, I'm like, what a waste of time. But really, you never know what's gonna happen. You never know who's gonna see it, who you're gonna run into. The more face-to-face interactions you get with talking to people, you just never know who you're gonna meet. And I think that's something that when it comes to actual marketing of your business and your brand, the more you talk about it, the more people can know about it. And that's why I need to get one of those little clips for business cards and just keep a big stack, because there's been multiple people in the past that have asked me for a stack of business cards to leave at their company or their workplace, and I didn't have it because I didn't think to carry it around with me. So please carry it around with you. You just never know what interactions in life and where you're going to be meeting people. So I also have been thinking about direct mail marketing, door to door, not necessarily ringing the doorbell, but leaving a sample and my information at their door, just kind of locally. Because again, that was just something that I thought in the past would just be a waste of time and a waste of money, but you never know what's going to happen. And if somebody finds out that there is a candle brand that's right down the street that can deliver to their front door within a couple hours or whatever it is, that might insinuate them to want to purchase from me, support a handmade business, support somebody locally, get a great smelling and performing candle, and have it be delivered super quick. So that's just something that I'm currently working on, as well as, again, trying to grow my email list, because I feel like email lists in general are a really, really, really good thing to invest in, because that is the one thing, if you do not own your website, the email list is the one thing that you do own and you can take anywhere that you need to move it to. And by not owning your website, I basically mean that you do not have full control on what happens to the platform that you are subscribing to in order to run your domain through it. So if anything happens to it, you do have your email list, so you'd be able to direct them to your new website or new platform or whatever it is. So email lists are really, really important. You can get email lists through your website by having a newsletter sign up, but also I recommend to try to get email lists at local events as well. So if you do pop-up events, farmers market events, anything like that, that is definitely something to look into. Highly recommend it. It changes your perspective on running your business and actually meeting your customers face to face. It just gives a whole new experience to being able to sell your handmade items. Not only that, you get feedback directly from your customers. I have learned so much from customers and their feedback, and it's just so helpful to actually see them in real life and talk to them and engage with them. And I've been able to get a lot more repeat local customers that reach out to me after the fact to repurchase, and it's just a really cool experience. So I recommend to look into these events. Hopefully you've already done that prior to launching, if that's something that you knew in the future that you'd want to do. But definitely look into the different local events. There are like different companies that set up these local events. So once you find what those are in your community, you're able to look at probably their Instagram. And for the two companies that are very popular in my area, they show the application process in a link on their Instagram. And one of the companies actually requires to see photos of your products and also your booth setup as well. So just make sure that you have really good photos of your products, and if you haven't done a booth setup yet, but you know for certain that you do want to do local events and go to different pop-up events or whatever, and you are willing to spend the money and purchase to have all that supplies ahead of time, then go ahead and do that and maybe take your booth setup to either a nice location outside, maybe a grass area, a park, something like that, and take some photos of your setup. That will not only help you understand how long it's going to take you to set everything up, but also it gives you an idea of kind of how you want everything to be set up. And then you have photos of your nice booth setup, and you don't have to deal with the time constraint of being at an actual event and needing to be set up by a certain time. So I know this video just kind of turned into more of like a marketing chit chat kind of video, and I really like talking about marketing because I think it's really interesting, and there's just so many different avenues of marketing that I didn't even cover or mention in this video because it's just marketing is so, it's just this vast kind of like infinite type of thing that you can be doing, and there's just multiple different avenues that you can go down. But I highly recommend that you just pick one or two things to focus on in the beginning. Even if that's just every single day posting something on TikTok, that will be way better than just sitting back and doing nothing and then expecting sales to start coming in or start getting frustrated that nobody's buying your product. Or even if you are posting online and you're still not getting any sales, then that just means that you need to evaluate what you're doing, what could be the cause of people not wanting to purchase from you, doing an evaluation on your website. There's just so many different things that come into play with it. And I highly recommend that you also get feedback from people that are going to be honest with you. So people that are going to be honest about your website, your photos, your prices, the actual performance of your candles, the quality of the information or what you're showing in your videos to market yourself. There's just so many different things that come into play. But just know, take it one step at a time, do one thing at a time, and gradually build up upon your marketing techniques until you get more comfortable. And I really hope that this video helped you out to understand kind of what you should be doing after you've launched your business. And the takeaway from this video is just tell everyone and anyone in any way that you can. But with that, I think I'm going to end today's video right here. If you enjoyed today's video, make sure to leave it a thumbs up, as well as subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Also, don't forget to follow me over on Instagram at Erica Marie Morris, and I will see you guys in the next video. Bye, guys.